There's something strange about the world we're living in right now. You can reach almost anyone at any time, instantly. And somehow that's become normal. Your phone vibrates, and without thinking, you check it. The message comes in, and there's a quiet expectation sitting underneath it. Respond. A notification shows up. Even if you don't open it, it stays with you, like something unfinished, something waiting. And the more connected we become, the less space we seem to have, not physically, mentally. Most people think they're overwhelmed because they have too much to do, too many tasks, too many responsibilities, too many obligations, but that's not really what's happening. What's actually exhausting you is access, the constant availability, the quiet understanding that at any moment, someone can reach into your space and not just reach you, expect you. There was a time when silence was normal. If someone called and you didn't answer, that was it. You called them back later. If you sent a letter, you waited. There was distance. There was space. Now that space is gone, and in its place, we've created something, an invisible pressure to always be on, to respond quickly, to acknowledge everything, to stay present in conversations that never really end. And the problem is, we've mistaken this for connection. You usually don't notice it all at once. It shows up in small moments. You open your phone to check one thing, and 20 minutes later, you don't even remember what it was. You reply to a message, then feel the need to check if they responded back. You sit down to think, and your attention feels fragmented, like it won't fully land anywhere. Nothing feels loud enough to alarm you, but nothing feels quiet either. And over time, that constant low-level noise becomes your baseline. At some point, something shifts. You stop choosing when to engage, and you start reacting. Your attention gets pulled instead of directed. Your time gets filled instead of designed. And slowly, without realizing it, you become accessible, not just to people, to everything. Every notification, every message, every piece of information asking for just a few seconds of your time. And those seconds add up, not just in time, but in energy. There's a reason this feels so draining. Your brain isn't designed for constant interruption. Every time your attention shifts, there's a cognitive cost. A reset, a reorientation, and even small interruptions stack. It takes time to fully return to a focused state after being pulled away. And it's not just about productivity, it's about depth. When your attention is constantly fragmented, your thoughts become fragmented too. You lose the ability to sit with something long enough to understand it, to process it, to feel it. And without that depth, everything starts to feel shallow, even your own thinking. So we try to fix the way we fix everything else. We look for tools, systems, better ways to manage the noise. But what if the problem isn't how you manage it? What if the problem is that you're available to it all? In a world where everyone is reachable, the rarest thing you can become is unreachable. Not in a careless way, not in a disconnected way, but in a deliberate way, where your attention is not constantly up for negotiation, where your time isn't immediately accessible, where silence isn't something you avoid, it's something you protect. Because silence is where everything meaningful actually happens. When you remove constant input, something unfamiliar happens. At first, it feels uncomfortable, like something is missing, because you're used to being stimulated, distracted, engaged. But if you stay there, if you don't reach for your phone, if you don't fill the space, that silence starts to open up. And inside it, you start to hear your own thoughts again. Not the reactive ones, the deeper ones, the ones that require time, space, stillness. This is where clarity comes from. Not from consuming more, but from finally having the room to process what's already there. When you stop responding to everything, something changes. You start choosing who gets access to you, when they get access, why they get access, and that changes how you move through the world. You're no longer reacting, you're designing. Your attention becomes intentional, your energy becomes protected, and your mind becomes quieter, not empty, clear. The world isn't going to get quieter. If anything, it's going to get louder. More notifications, more content, more ways for people to reach you. That's not changing, but your relationship to it can, because the real question isn't how you keep up with all of it. It's this: what would happen if you stopped trying to?